and welcome back to RazorActive. We're on our last clip for RazorActive about World Cup for today, and we're going to talk about underdogs.
Yes.
Yes. So Bruce, underdogs. Who are the underdogs for you this time around?
Okay, there are actually a few stand-up performances by the underdogs. Most notably Slovakia. They actually did a huge scalp by beating the defending champions Italy 3-2. That's actually that's very noticeable. And another thing would be that I think New Zealand actually did pretty well. They did themselves justified.
Like you said, still unbeaten.
Still unbeaten, even though they are no longer part of the World Cup. But yes, that's something that everyone should stand up and listen to. Another worthy note will be Uruguay. They have been beaten a lot of things. They actually got themselves right now still in the quarterfinals of the World Cup. That's something that is noteworthy and should be appraised of.
What about you, Aaron?
What do you think of the underdogs that have the best chance of reaching the semi-finals?
Yes, Uruguay, like I mentioned, Uruguay has the best chance. If you look at the structure of the draw, Uruguay stands a very good chance because the next team that they're going to meet in the quarterfinals would be Ghana, and that would be on paper, technically, an easy hurdle to get past to the semi-finals.
But you yourself were quite a fan of Ghana, though.
Was I?
No, I mean, you were saying that they performed pretty well.
Yes, they do perform pretty well, but like I said again, I think it's based on the local vocal support. That's why they actually brought them on forward, like how 8 years ago, South Korea did pretty well and to reach the semi-finals of the World Cup as well.
So what about Slovakia, Chile, or even Paraguay and Japan? Of those teams, who do you think has the best chance to reach the semi-finals?
It's very tough to say because, you know, there's an old cliche saying that on any other day, any team can actually beat other teams on the day, but based on what they're up against, like let's say for Slovakia, they're up against the Netherlands. I don't fancy Netherlands losing. Then for the Chileans, they are up against Brazil, 5-time winners. Wow. Who's going to give them any hope?
Yeah.
They are based on their past record. And then Japan,
Yeah.
being an Asian team, very hard to say about the Japanese. They're up against who are they up against?
Paraguay.
Against Paraguay.
Yeah.
They have never met a South American team so far at the World Cup. Who knows, man? They might just crumble
Different
against the hard
styles altogether.
That's right, different footballing cultures and such. So it's very hard to actually predict whether they can actually make past the current hurdle that they're facing.
Well, the last mix-up, Spain-Portugal, you wearing the Spain jersey with pride, yo?
It's okay, yeah.
Do you think Spain-Portugal, which one do you fancy is going to be in?
Wow, very
And it's going to be
call.
in between Germany and Argentina after that, right?
Yes, very tough call to make. But I think Spain will just breeze through on the fact that they are still on a winning run, or more of a barring the loss to Switzerland. But they've been performing rather well against most of their matches. So I think that momentum might carry them through past Portugal. Unlike Portugal, who actually lost home and away before against Denmark.
I didn't expect this.
I think for me, I want to also add to that the underdog teams. What about the underdog managers? So the underdog managers for me to look out for, I'm interested in watching Maradona. Very much an underdog manager, very unconventional. He goes by the fly. There's a real team spirit. I was talking to Bruce earlier. The whole team is just rallying around these two small little guys. You know, one
Maradona and Mini-Me?
Yeah. And yes, it's Mini-Me. And they really want to try and win this for them, you know. That's interesting. And of course, his ways, his tactics, the way he shoots off his mouth in press conferences, the way he protects them. You know, it's kind of, you get these kind of characters at the World Cup level, and sometimes you need that. Not all the time tactical prowess and all that and international pedigree. Look at Jurgen Klinsmann as well. He almost did it. Japan, I find Okada is a very interesting, very boring to look at, but sometimes, you know, you're wondering what's going on in that brain of his that he stands there at the touchline. But of course, Maradona is a lot more
Mercurial.
Yeah, he's got this strange fascination that draws you to him. So
in a way similar to Jose Mourinho,
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
Except, of course, you know, Mourinho hasn't really gone.
Yeah, he's
there,
like
so-
this weird species of manager that is very hard to find out there. And yeah,
Correct.
it's-
You don't know what he's actually going to do
He has
next.
the hand of
That's
God.
right, yeah.
He has the hand of God.
Like before the World Cup, the qualifiers, they didn't do so well, but now they're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
So for Argentina,
But if you take all those eccentricities aside and all that, you look at his tactical choices and some of the switches and all that, they made sense, when he had to pull them out. So yeah,
Okay, well, if all of you had to make now a bet, and we were halfway through the World Cup, who do you think is going to win the World Cup? Just one choice.
Holland.
Brazil.
Really?
Yeah, still stick with my original prediction, which is
Brazil. Well, mine's still Argentina. Thank you very much, Bruce and Ernest, for coming
you.
down for RazorActive.
Thank you.
And well, join us soon because we'll be bringing more World Cup news to you.